Hello and good morning, and welcome to the meditation live stream. This is Scott, just making an adjustment there. And welcome to Wednesday. I hope that you're doing well. Here on this channel, we're practicing every day in a format based on understanding ourselves as multidimensional beings. We have our body, emotion, mind, and relational dimension. And this practice of awareness with these dimensions helps develop them, helps us remember the abilities of human beings that we used to have before the advent of modern conveniences and technology. I would put forth that humanity in our early stages was nearly telepathic in the emotional sense, that we were very connected with each other, that, for example, in order to survive, it makes sense, in my understanding, for us to be on the same wavelength. And in a kind of dangerous world with predators and the basic human drives like food, shelter, clothing, reproduction, all of these drives come to me in the format of the need for connection, the need for human connection in order to make it, so to speak. And then there's a way in which society and schooling takes us away from our connection, and with the advent of the smartphone, further away from our connection, as we, instead of feeling certain feelings, turn to the device. We turn away from ourselves and tune into a device rather than our actual experience. And while I think this is okay in small amounts, I think the truth is that it's not in small amounts. It's happening quite often, and most people you see, even when they're on a nice walk in a beautiful day, here where I live, it's fall, and the trees have all changed color, and instead of being able to absorb the beauty of the changing of the season and getting ready going into winter, most people are on they're walking their dog, but they're not even with their dog. They're walking their dog and they're on their device. And, I don't mean to say this to rag on people. I'm just saying sort of that we've normalized lack of presence. And I think we need to renormalize presence. And it might be uncomfortable for a bit to do that, but I think if we're meant to be creative and to love music and art and storytelling, we need to reconnect to presence in order to allow that to move through us. And as an artist, that's kind of how it works. Creativity isn't something that, I really own. It kind of comes through. Creativity is something that comes through us, each and every one of us. And it's really, I think, a function of the divine, spirit in action. And when we become more integrated, even if we're not necessarily artistically inclined, we're still someone whose choices are made more in the present moment when we understand the different dimensions of our being. So that being said, before we practice, I've been inspired by the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. This is a translation by Damo Mitchell. And I'm using the stanzas, as I say, to sort of have meditation pointing out instructions, enhancing the meditation that we do. So we are on number 25, the Great Tao. There is a thing formed from chaos, born from heaven and earth. Silent and void, it stands alone, unchanging, circulating without end, exhaustless, the mother of heaven and earth. I do not know its name. I call it Tao. Forced to name it further, I call it great. Great means to go forth. To go forth is to go far. To go far is to return. Thus Tao is great. Heaven is great. Earth is great. Man is also great. Within the realm there are 4 greats, and man is among them. Man follows earth, and the earth follows heaven, and heaven follows Tao. Tao follows what is so of itself. So we'll begin now with the practice with our eyes closed, gently closing your eyes, tuning inside. And begin to deeply listen to your body, becoming aware of your body and your body sensation. Become aware of your body's temperature, the tingling and pulsing of your body, subtle movement and inner aliveness. You can begin to feel your body's connection with the earth underneath you, your body's contact with the planet. And you can begin the practice of feeling and softening. So on the in-breath, feeling your body, and then on the out-breath, softening and melting down through your body like warm honey deep into the earth. And everywhere that the honey touches in your body, is cleansed, healed, purified, made whole as it melts down deep into the earth where that energy is transformed and recycled. And with each cycle of breath, you get a little bit closer to your body and melt just a little deeper into the earth. Bringing your attention up now to your heart, you can tune in to your heart space, center of your chest, your heart chakra, if you like. And you can imagine as though you're breathing directly in and out of your heart. And on the in-breath, feeling your heart. And then on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. coming in contact with your emotions, you can notice what is present here for you right now emotionally. And without making your emotion right or wrong, good or bad, you just allow yourself to feel a little bit in the shared space. We as people are meant to feel things together in a shared space. And you could be experiencing any of the 5 main cardinal emotions giving your life direction, like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. You could also be feeling numb, which is also a valid emotional experience. Just allowing yourself to feel a little bit. You can always come back to feeling your body and soften on the out breath for grounding should you feel overwhelmed. Great, and then now bringing your attention up into your head, feeling your head on the in-breath, and then softening in and around your skull on the out-breath. You can, if you like, breathe into the third eye space between your eyebrows or at the top of your head, your crown, whatever feels correct for you. And just practice feeling and softening your head. When coming in contact with your thoughts, you can notice how busy or active your mind is, and remaining uninvolved with your thoughts, just allowing them to come and go across your mind. It can be useful to come back to feeling your head, your body, for grounding or anchoring when you notice you get pulled into a thought. Wonderful. And now you can practice a little bit with our eyes open, gently opening your eyes, keeping your eyes soft, and allowing the inner work we did to remain and not evaporate. And we'll practice feeling the relational dimension. So, on the in-breath, feeling around you, the space around you. And then on the out-breath, feeling the space inside you. And just practice switching back and forth. Outside on the in-breath, inside on the out-breath. Great, and then if you'd like, you can add in the qualities. So you can add love, compassion, and gratitude into the practice. And on the in-breath, feeling love, compassion, gratitude all around you on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, love, compassion, and gratitude toward yourself. And just practice sending and receiving love, compassion, and gratitude. We can never underestimate the power of love, compassion, and gratitude for healing and spiritual in healing and spiritual life. Very good. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. I'll be quiet to allow you to do yours. May this work that we do transform our life, offering up blessings and ripple out into the community. Amen. Great. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. And remember, you can always come back to feeling, softening, very useful for throughout the day. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.